welcome to the Live Larger podcast. My name is Leila Andersson, and I'm here with my partner Mia Astrom. And today we are recording from a very special place. We are recording from the Atlantic jungle in Brazil, and we are at the Spirit Vine Retreat Center. And we have just finished a 9-day retreat. And we are very excited to introduce our guest. It's September, it's early September, and the weather is actually very beautiful, and we are very happy to be here.
2016.
2016, yes, that's right. And also, I wanted to say that this is a 9-day ayahuasca retreat. Yeah. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience before I pass it on to our very, very special guest. So why did we come here to do an ayahuasca retreat? For me, it was all about healing. I've been doing things for a very long time that has to do with trying to heal myself and find more space for myself in my body. And in my life, and to be more grounded and have some more permanent life joy. And a few years ago I heard about ayahuasca, but it didn't really stick with me, so I had it in the back of my mind, and we've been talking about this in another podcast in Swedish, and we're having this episode in English because our guests are not Swedish speaking, and also we really want to spread this podcast a little bit further beyond the Swedish borders. So when Mia came to me and said that she was interested in doing ayahuasca, it struck a chord in me, and I really felt that okay, now is the time. And so we started looking for a retreat center, and Mia actually found this Spirit Vine Retreat Center, and we were immediately excited, because what was important for us was that it is safe, and that it is not too far out in the... Most of the other retreats are in the Amazon jungle and are a little bit more difficult to get to, but this retreat is right next to a small town called Itacaré in Brazil, and really, even though it's in the jungle, it's really easy accessible, so that was important for us. And also the mixture of Western psychology with this ancient shamanic ayahuasca ceremonies. And now, the 9th day of the retreat, I must say, the retreat absolutely exceeded my expectations, and I did some important and profound healing. I went through several of my childhood traumas, and I am so happy that Mother Ayahuasca let me revisit them and the memories and the decisions I made, and let me really... and gave me a chance to make other decisions so that I can be more free in my life when I go back to Sweden. It was awesome. It was brutal at times, but it was... overall, it has been a bliss. And I've said the word happy so many times now, but I'm actually really happy I did this. So what about you, Mia? What do you have to say?
Yeah, as you told earlier, I really felt a big need to come here, especially because Silvia is mixing the ayahuasca together with psychology, and that really was interesting for me. And I was actually pretty scared when I came here, because I've seen a lot of YouTube clips and stuff from other places, and it was pretty fun, because on the way here we shared a taxi with another participant that already been here twice, so he immediately calmed us down, and like, you choosing the best retreat, he said to us, because he had been to several ayahuasca retreats,
Yeah, in Peru.
And
Yeah.
he said, like, yes, you're choosing the right one. It's so safe, and Silvia is so amazing. And I immediately felt the first like calmness. And we have been preparing a lot, like mentally with the meditation and with the food and the diet and everything. But when we came here, it was a beautiful place, so that calmed me down again even more. And then we had the first meeting with Silvia, and that was really also calming. And then we had the first workshop that was amazing, that really, yes, taught us how to heal, the things that's gonna come up in the first ceremony and the second and the third and the fourth. So that was also really important to me to feel calm. And I came here to heal my inner child and also connect even more with my spiritual side. And I really have. Ayahuasca have shown me so many memories that I didn't even remember, and I have gone to psychologists for many years before. But new memories appeared, and I had the possibility to go back and heal that. And also, I really think I have expanded my spiritual side even more, and it has been a bliss. It has. I feel so much gratitude after every ceremony. I'm like filled with gratitude for Silvia, for this place, for your co-worker Rohan, and for ayahuasca, for this place, for Brazil, and for being with you, Leila, too. So
Yeah, and the participants, and
yeah,
yeah, the nature and everything, and also the workshops we had before to kind of help us set our intentions for the before the ceremonies, and the visionary art after, and the sharing after. It all was so perfectly set up that
yeah.
it made us feel, it was so professionally and perfectly set up, and it made us really feel safe, and that was so important for me. So that was
And
really
what drew me here also was that it was together with yoga also, because I really
yeah.
like yoga and meditation, and I know how important it is for me anyway to work it through the body also, not only in your head, the things
Yeah.
that come up and so, and it also like calm me down, and also the possibility to take massage from a really good therapist. So that was also an important part when I came here, and it showed to be really important. And also the food have been amazing, and that's really just the
Icing on the
cherry
cake. Yeah.
cherry on the top.
Yeah.
Amazing food, like organic, vegetarian, amazing food. So yeah, I'm really happy and satisfied, and I really want to spread this all over the world if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we all already mentioned your name, but we just call you Silvia. We don't really. Is it Silvia Polivoy?
Silvia Polivoy.
Polivoy, yeah. And we should say also that we have another facilitator, Rohan. You mentioned his name, and he's been just as important, and he has really been our angel during, not only during the ceremonies, especially during the ceremonies, but during the whole retreat, definitely. So yeah,
And you have worked so nice together.
yeah.
So it's been
You're a
a
good
good
team.
teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we're passing over to you now, and tell us a little bit about yourself, Silvia, and your background, and what led you here.
I born in Argentina, and I've been working in psychotherapy until I decided to change my life. But I was specializing in modified state of consciousness. So I did all type of meditation, hypnosis, holotropic breath work. And then I started drinking at the beginning a plant, the name is San Pedro, with the shaman in Peru for almost a year. And it was particularly difficult for me because I needed a lot of cleansing before I start having with insights and visions. But I was persistent. So after 1 year, I started to really enter into the journeys. And then I moved to ayahuasca, and in that moment I decided I want to go very deep into this for me, for myself. At the beginning I was drinking for myself because I was interested in go deeper with my healing and my therapy. So I was drinking a lot of ayahuasca in Peru with different shamans, and then I come back to Buenos Aires to work with my psychotherapist. And I was doing this very often, working with both, with shamans and psychotherapy. And also at the same time I was doing other type of things, like I was in Buenos Aires in the school of the four ways, the method of Gurdjieff. So
Did you say the 4 ways?
the four way
Oh,
is,
never heard of it.
there was a teacher, his name was Gurdjieff, and he created a method.
Mm.
So I was participating in a school of the four ways in Argentina,
Okay.
together with psychotherapy and ayahuasca in Peru, in the jungle. And it was only for me, for my spiritual development, because I was very much into psychotherapy, but I practicing psychotherapy, I realized that you can go to other realms. I was starting to explore past lives, regressions, futures life regressions or progressions. So the best way to go easier to that places is to modify state of consciousness. So through hypnosis, I started working myself and then working with my patients in Argentina, one by one, because you need a lot of time, you need to ask questions, they will give you feedback, you need to know if you need to go to a deeper trance or not. So a session in hypnosis to explore these realms can take 3 hours. To explore past lives or life between lives, more or less 3 hours. But I wanted to do this in a bigger scale. And I started to see, after a long time that I was drinking ayahuasca, working in my childhood, in different situations, I started to see the retreats. No? And I started to see the jungle in my visions. And at that moment sounds impossible because my life was completely different. I was living in Buenos Aires, my private practice. To see myself living in the jungle and receiving people from all over the world sounded like too much.
Yeah.
No? But
So-
I decided to believe. I decided to believe the visions and to follow the visions. So that was a very important step, because if not, for what I continue doing it? If I think, wow, this is delusional or it's too much. There must be something in this. I want to try. I want to take the risk to try.
Cool. So you said to me the other day at the retreat that you spent 2 years in your childhood, almost 2 years.
At the
is that correct?
beginning, when I
Yeah.
started drinking ayahuasca, automatically I appeared in my childhood, exploring different traumatic situations. But for 2 years, it was never ending, and each time something new appeared. So it was a long period. Then I realized that she was teaching me how to work
Okay.
with the childhood. And it's not only my childhood. Everybody have traumas from childhood, because children are very vulnerable. So it's our structure. So it's the priority to work is with your childhood, because we have a lot of wounds. And if we have wounds, we cannot use our resources in our adult life. So we need to start healing the wounds and reactivating our resources to have a more productive, to be more productive in our everyday life.
More happy.
Yeah, we need to keep suffering for something that happened 20, 30 years ago. Because when we have a trauma, a part of our souls breaks and go outside.
Yeah.
Like a little part of ourselves is outside at the time of the trauma. If the trauma was when we were 4, the little child, 4 years old, is there, like in a bubble, repeating in a loop the trauma. Or 7 years old, or 10 years old, whatever. A little pieces of ourselves with our different traumas in a loop, repeating and repeating and repeating. So in our adult life, anything that triggers that, we come back to that moment. So we have a lot of pieces outside that we need to rescue. We need to rescue our child from the wounds, from the trauma, from the loop. So we need to heal that part and incorporate our main part of our soul. And that is a lot of work, but we can do that quickly in a modified state of consciousness.
That is definitely what I experienced during several of the ceremonies. Definitely, that is what I experienced. I'm very happy for it. But is it common that people stay for 2 years in their childhood, or does it like go? What's the like?
Well, it's not common that somebody is drinking ayahuasca so often. I decided I will dedicate part of my life to go deeper with ayahuasca. But usually people go to a retreat that is 1 week.
Yeah.
Some people that are more committed are coming every year. Some people are coming twice a year, every year for a long time. But it's not common that you stay there drinking every week for years. So, and also was happening to me because I wanted to learn.
Yeah, you had a mission, it sounds
I
like.
wanted to develop a system because I realized that ayahuasca was teaching me certain keys. So what I did in the retreat is to put the most important keys in 1 week. And this is what I am teaching here. That's why people go so quick to the core of the trauma. But I don't like to call this psychotherapy because this is not psychotherapy anymore. It's much more than that. Because the cause of all our problems is in the spiritual realm. It's not in our body. It's not anymore here. It's in another time in the spiritual realm. So that's why I call this kind of work spiritual. So the purpose of our retreats is spiritual development. So when somebody is asking me if I do psychotherapy, no, I don't do psychotherapy anymore. It's much more than that.
It's much deeper, much deeper.
You just add some flavors from the psychology.
Well, I have my
background.
background. I cannot quit what I am because I understand the world in this way. So it's the way I used to explain things. But this is beyond psychology. It's beyond
and
psychotherapy.
it has been amazing to see actually all the participants developing so much during these days. It has been like really amazing to see the people like opening up and really coming so much closer to the true selves in such a short time. Also, it has been amazing to see all this beautiful people.
Because the group is like a sample of the world in a small scale. So we have the opportunity to realize how wounded we are. We are all wounded and have traumas. So we are learning from each participant. That's why it's so strong.
And our group definitely represented a large what do you call it? Different places in the world, because we had participants from all over the world. Really from all over. Definitely. So
and
that was
different
really
backgrounds and totally different backgrounds. So that was also amazing. But we a lot of people, when we had the first podcast episode about ayahuasca, there was like a lot of people were really excited and interested, but some people was also like believing this is like a drug, and you were talking about that with us, that it's the opposite way.
Well, for me ayahuasca is not a drug, but strictly anything can be a drug. We can be addicted to a person, we can be addicted to food, to anything. But if you take ayahuasca in the right set and setting, ayahuasca will free you from drugs. Because you will completely change your habits. If you are doing it in a serious way, you will completely change your habits, because in the moment you start healing the wounds, we don't need to use drugs anymore. I think people use drugs because they don't want to suffer. They cannot deal with the pain. But if you heal the wounds and you stop feeling pain, you don't want to use drugs anymore. You don't want to drink. No, you don't want to use drugs to put asleep the pain because there is no pain anymore. And if you feel pain, it's better to feel it because you can deal with that. You need to make some changes, some transformations. So we should not delay that because we have the resources to transform anything and to resolve the problem.
Yeah, that was really an important part for me, you talking about the resources, that we have resources and that we, so at least me, I easily forget about my resources, but we all have them. So I heard several times your voice talking about my resources when I got scared or when it was too much for me or whatever. I just heard your voice. You think about your resources. We all have resources, and that is definitely something I'm going to bring to my everyday life. That whatever comes up, we have resources. Yeah, because I guess we were born with the resources, but we've just forgot about it.
The problem is that when you are scared, you come back and you behave and feel like a child. In that moment, you don't realize that you are an adult and you have your resources, and you can make intelligent decisions.
Yeah, that's the key, intelligent decisions.
Yeah, you don't remember in that moment because it's like a cable that is broken. So we need to reconnect the cables. So you are reconnecting with your own power. That's why I always tell the participants here that the teacher is ayahuasca here. So you don't need me to save you. What I will do here is to teach you technique in order for you to use your own power. That is the real transformation.
So, but
and these keys we can really continue working with when we come home, and that's what I like. The things that you taught us in the workshops, like going back to old memories and how to heal them and changing them, and that is something that we can keep on working. So it's really useful tools that you have.
Yeah, because it's not only about drinking, it's what you will do with all of these. It's very important to come back to your everyday life and apply this because it's for your own life. It's not just 1 week, exotic week in the in the jungle, not in the Amazon, in the Atlantic forest. It's not just that. It's much more than that.
And the techniques you taught us, they're pretty simple. They're easy. They're really, like, once you've taught us them and shown us, they're pretty simple. So they're easy. They're like our own goodie bag that we get with us home, and I really like that. I was thinking the techniques, just so that you were talking that ayahuasca was talking about that Mother Ayahuasca was showing you how to work in the retreats during these 2 years. Was that the techniques she was, or did you come up with them?
Well, the surprise. Why I drink ayahuasca and I come back to my childhood to experience a traumatic situation. So what I do with this? So I started to use my resources to help my child because in the unconscious mind the time doesn't exist. So I will use that in my favor, is to come back to the past and change it. In the moment I come back to the past and remake it, you change your present. No? So you don't need to keep recreating the memory of that trauma. You have to free yourself to bring this part of your soul that you lost. This technique, the name is soul retrieval. You bring this to the main body of your soul. So it's not anymore in the loop. So first you lost the necessity to keep remembering and repeating the trauma. You lost that. And in the moment you incorporate that, you feel stronger because it was a piece of your soul that was missing. But also in that piece that was missing, there was a hole. So we need to do some transformation there. So each time you recover a part of yourself, you feel stronger
Mm.
and more powerful, but it's your own power.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually really amazing during the ceremonies when we had taken the ayahuasca. It's not like you're wasted or something. You're really in control. I felt I was in control, like
Yeah.
going back to that memory that was shown and like really taking care of that child and hugging it or whatever I thought was useful there. And that was really amazing to experience that I was so in control to use my resources.
But also, when you have a trauma,
Mm.
the children are very vulnerable.
Yeah.
So what they need is protection.
Mm-hmm.
So in the moment you can go and protect this child, you are incorporating protection inside of you. And with protection, you incorporate trust.
Mm.
That a lot of people don't trust. That's why they are so afraid. That's why you say ayahuasca and they start imagining the worst scenarios. And it's not like that.
No.
It's to heal that part of you that something bad will happen, that you are vulnerable. No, you are intelligent, you are an adult, you can resolve situations, and you can see, you are conscious, super conscious. You don't lose your consciousness during ayahuasca.
No,
You are
definitely not.
more than conscious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
And you can actually, like, ask questions and be very active. You talk to your conscious mind or whatever you want to call it. You really, like, it's a dialogue. It's not like you're just lying there and you're hit with all of these
And
like,
also,
images.
we invoke our higher self, that is the part of ourselves that is more evolved.
Yeah.
So we are in all the time asking, receiving, and also you can ask ayahuasca when you learn how to navigate. You can stop in a situation, you can enter, you can go deeper, and also there is no limits. You can jump from the past to the future, so it's so vast.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also it was so nice with I think that's special for your retreat. I don't know if other ones doing it. I've never heard about it. The fourth ceremony that we did during daytime, and it was outside, and you gave us the gift to connect with the nature in a total different way. I mean, I'm always out in the nature, and I'm out hugging trees and stuff. People that knows me,
She
I'm
is
really connected.
every day.
I'm really connected with the nature, but it was really a different experience, like being so aware, and it was such a nice ceremony where you gave us like the half dose, and we could go outside and
Talk to the
really-
plants.
Yeah, really enjoy the nature in a new way. That was really a gift you gave us, and everyone, to do it together with everyone, like the last ceremony was really joyful.
It was a very good way to close everything, to
Yeah.
close what we have experienced in the previous ceremonies, and to close the retreat. It was the perfect way to like wind down and close
And
the
as you
retreat.
said, like you filled some of the holes that you were talking
Yeah,
about with
yeah,
this new experience.
exactly. I
and
had
feeling.
like released all of the drama and trauma from my body, and experiencing nature and the sun and the flowers and all the gratitude that was like me locking all the new happy stuff in my body. Yeah, it was really
It's
cool.
like a big cleansing.
Yeah.
The last day,
Yeah.
no? You
Yeah,
can enter in the
that's-
water,
yeah,
all the energy of the plants,
Yeah.
touching,
Yeah.
feeling. Most of the people don't have this opportunity
No.
in their cities.
No.
It was amazing to
Yeah.
bath and feel the water around you, and it was really healing, and we felt both like, I don't know, I said like 10 kilos lighter. It really felt like
Yeah.
that when I ended the last ceremony. It's more like the mentally heaviness and the physical heaviness that I have been carrying around was gone.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So what about Brazil? How come you chose Brazil?
Well, first, because I always loved Brazil, and I wanted to do this job in a place where ayahuasca is legal.
Mm.
In my country, ayahuasca is not legal yet. And I wanted to live in the jungle, in a place where it's summer the whole year.
Mm.
So we are in winter now.
Yeah,
So and see what
it's
is green.
amazing.
It's always green
Yeah.
here, and we can eat outside, wear flip flops. It's very informal everything, and we are very near the city, so we have everything.
Yeah.
And I love the Amazon, but for me it was too hot, the weather, and too humid. So here is more fresh. At night is very cool,
Mm.
less mosquitoes,
Yeah.
and the beach is 5 minutes from here.
Yeah.
The best beaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really beautiful beaches, and that is another thing that I like, that we had the opportunity to do things, to go to the beach. You fixed us up with taxis all the time if we wanted to go to town or whatever. Maybe not so much to town during the retreat, but now when we have some time after, when the ceremonies are over, and you just fix everything for
Yeah,
us
I think
in
it's
such a
very
good,
nice,
yeah.
the opportunity to go to the beach, because you
Yeah.
can walk a lot,
Yeah.
enter in the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we felt very well taken care of, because you
Yeah.
really do fix everything for us. We don't have to think about anything. Yeah.
Not
that's-
even leave our plates.
No. Yeah.
That was hot.
Yeah. Not even take care of our own dishes.
But here in Brazil, it's pretty common to use ayahuasca. How do they use it?
Well, here in Brazil, ayahuasca is used for religious purposes. There are several churches, Christian churches, that use ayahuasca as a sacrament.
Mm.
So like Santo Daime, Unión do Vegetal.
Mm.
So yes, it's very common here. But there are a lot of religions also.
Do you have any significant stories of transformation that you would like to
I receive
share?
emails all the time. People telling me
Yeah.
I changed my life completely
Yeah.
for better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I always give advice also, don't be in a hurry to make big decisions. Just take it easy, take your time.
Mm.
No, in my case, I was living in the city and I wanted to live in the jungle, but take me a long time
Yeah.
to make the change. It was not immediately,
Mm.
no, because I needed to do it in the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's coming up now? What do you have any plans for spirit wine? Something new coming up, or?
We are having retreats almost every month, and basically this is what we want to continue doing.
Yeah.
We also started a new program now. The name is Awareness Program,
Yeah.
and we are giving the opportunity every month for people that cannot pay to come for free.
Yeah.
So we are going to organize this project, and we are asking participants to send us a video or an article of one page, and we will not choose who will be the winner. People will vote and decide.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to give this opportunity at least for 2 people every month. And in
Wow.
the future we will launch like a startup program or something. If we receive more support, we can receive more people.
Yeah, like a crowdfunding campaign. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Yeah.
And the ones that listen to it now, can they find more information at your website?
It's in
about
the
this?
website,
Yeah.
yes, in our Facebook.
Yeah. We will put all the links up on our pages and Facebook and everything, and we will talk about exactly where you can find Spirit Wine, but it's spiritvine.net, right?
Spiritbind.net.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the important thing is that we want people come and experiment the whole program, because I don't give only ayahuasca ceremonies.
No.
Some people write and say, oh, I want just 1 ceremony, 2 ceremonies, and I don't think this is appropriate, because probably you drink one time and nothing happened, or you drink and too much happened.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you need time to understand the content of the experiences. You need time to do the diet. You need to receive information. You need to work with the group.
Yeah.
So I think the minimum you can give to ayahuasca is 1 week of your life.
Yeah.
It's not just a couple of ceremonies. I don't do that.
I could never imagine doing it without the workshops and the sharings and even the diet, even if it was hard every now and then, but I could never imagine doing it without
But
those
some
things.
people think that they can manage. It's okay, I can do it because I want to be in the beach. It's not like that. If you take ayahuasca in the right set and setting, you can receive a lot in exchange. But if not, you probably will have a bad experience. You will not understand, oh no, this is not what I thought, or I am scared. No? You need time to understand, and you will, each time you will receive a little more, and a lot of help from the other members of the group.
Wow, they
Because
were
you
really
see in
awesome.
others the transformation.
Yeah, and every time you talk to one of the other participants and you give them some advice or whatever, and I hear it, and there's always something that I can incorporate in my own experience, so that's really valuable. Yeah,
and it's amazing also to hear how different experiences everyone had, but in one way also like a common like outcome, like almost the same outcome. People feeling lighter and happier and experiencing the gratitude that they have been seeking for. So
and the most important, you come here and you open your heart, so you start meeting people from your heart, no? And you realize we are all trying to be happier and to know more and to develop.
The thing was, because often when you meet people in a group for the first time, the first questions they ask is, what do you do for work, or what do you have a family, or whatever. I think the first time someone asked me here what I do for work, it was like 5 or 6 days after we came here, because that's not the thing. That's not the focus.
We just talked about our experience, our intentions. And that was also good. I think you put a lot of weight on the importance of having a clear intention and
and one intention, maybe not several, because when I came here I had like a list of intentions and I would have been so confused if I would have tried to go through all of them in one ceremony, or like all of them every ceremony.
It's a very good exercise to realize what is your priority.
Definitely.
But you should do that more in life, just like have one priority at the time and not try to do everything. Is there anything else you want to add, tell us about?
I would like to know from you what was the reaction in your country when you said to people that you were coming to drink ayahuasca?
Oh wow, it was mixed. We have people in our immediate family that has done it before, so it wasn't like in our immediate circles. It wasn't a very big thing, but like people that we don't maybe people that at work or whatever, maybe they had the most difficult reactions. I wasn't that affected, but you notice that people are a little bit aware and a little bit scared because they don't really know what it is. But once you start talking about it and explaining it and showing that you're just, I'm going to be normal when I'm normal now, and I'm going to be normal when I come back home. A lot of things has changed in me, but I'm not going to start doing crazy stuff when I come home, because I'm still me, even though I'm different. But it's like once you start talking to them, it kind of gets easier. But
we choose to be public with it, really public. So I don't know, I have like maybe 2,000 people following me on Facebook, and I have all the members in the gym and stuff like that. So we did it pretty drastic because we did a podcast about it.
An episode, and talked a lot about it.
And then people searched their own way and checked out a lot of videos that I don't think are like showing the right side. So I had
on YouTube and stuff.
Some people, a lot of people actually came to me and were worried, and then I just explained that I took it really serious, and I really been preparing for a long time for this, and and yeah, but it's therapeutic for me. It was a lot, but also the spiritual way. But so the reactions was, but I think they're gonna change now when we come home, and they see
Yeah.
that there's nothing dramatic.
You survive.
Yeah, we survive.
Yeah,
And you are not crazy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
probably maybe even more energetic, and I don't know, really following our path even more. I think we have been doing that already, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think, and I hope it's gonna be like, this rings on the water. When
Yeah,
you drop
the
something,
ripple
it's
effect.
just gonna,
Yeah. Yeah, the ripple effect. But we also have to say that out of those 2,000 people you have on Facebook, there was a lot of positive reactions too. But the negative reactions, the few negative reactions that came, they are the loudest. They are always the loudest. But there were a lot of very positive reactions too. Supportive. Maybe
more
yeah, supportive. Positive maybe not the right word, but supportive.
concerned and
But still supportive, yeah.
supportive.
Yeah.
Well, you were very courageous to make this public, even
Yeah.
though before your experience.
Yeah.
No, because you have to resist
Yeah.
the fear that
Yeah.
people wants to put, no?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how we work.
Yeah, that's how we are.
And sometimes we ask ourselves, why did we do this again? But it's all good. It's been really good. So it all ended
and
very
now
good.
and now we really feel it even more. Like after this retreat, that we want to spread it even more.
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe if it wouldn't have been a good experience, maybe we wouldn't have like take away that episode.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But now I
Delete.
feel it was really right, and we want
Yeah.
to do this one. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think people will like text us and send mails and start asking.
Yeah,
Probably.
definitely. Yeah. But it's fine.
And then
We're prepared.
And then we know where to send them. And that's
Thank
to
you.
your website.
You know, ayahuasca is a lot about being authentic,
Yeah.
to respect your own nature.
Yeah.
So you cannot continue drinking ayahuasca and lying and
Exactly.
pretend to
No.
be somebody that is
No.
not you.
No.
So ayahuasca is a lot about that.
Yeah.
Respect yourself. Trust that it's your path. You will
Yeah.
make your own mistakes,
Yeah.
but will be yours.
Yeah. I can really feel that already. I've been trying to live that way up until we came to the retreat, but I can already feel myself being much more stronger in that sense already. Yeah.
It's actually like a lot of fears about what other thinking about you is gone,
Yeah.
and I hope it's gonna
Yeah.
continue that way.
Yeah.
like some filter is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're happy. Happy.
Happy.
Anything else?
For me, it's fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
For
Yeah,
the
it was
interview.
lovely.
It
Yeah,
was lovely
we're-
to share
yeah.
this week with you
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll be talking again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
Definitely.
we'll come back in
Yeah.
a couple of years or something. I don't know, but
We were joking about, like, you have private groups also, and we
Yeah.
were joking about bringing our whole families here.
later with
yeah,
the kids and
yeah,
everything. Oh.
yeah.
well, this is
We'll
more
see about
common
that.
than you think. People
Yeah.
who wants to bring their own families. Yes.
But I was actually thinking about one thing, like if something like big tragedy will happen, or like I will have like a big crisis in the future, it feels really nice to know that I can come here and heal it, because if something happened, like a big crisis, I don't know, someone really close to me would die, so I hope no one will, but then it feels so nice to know that I can come here and heal
Yeah.
it in a better way.
Yeah, to know that there's a place like this.
Yeah.
Could you just one last thing say something about you during the whole retreat? You've been talking also about like the jungle, like saving the jungle, and your theory about that, because
Yeah.
that's so beautiful. So we have to have that too.
The first time I drink ayahuasca, I was in the Amazon, and it was a simple room, open. So when I need to vomit, I went outside, like to a balcony,
Yeah.
and I was vomiting. And when I opened my head, I saw the jungle, and the jungle started talking with me. So at the same time, I was thinking, wow, the jungle is talking to me. People will not believe me that they are talking to me. And basically, the jungle was asking me help. So I was saying, but I cannot do nothing for you. I don't have power. What can I do to help the jungle? Only later I understood that I cannot help all the jungle, but having a little piece of jungle, I can at least take care of this little piece. So here we have 16 hectares or 39 acres. So I am taking care of this little piece of jungle. So here not only nobody cut trees, we are planting all the time. We are making gardens. We have an organic garden for our food. When I bought this land, the first thing was to plant a lot of ayahuasca. So we are using our own plants, and we have a big quantity of ayahuasca, and everything is organic here. So we have our own well for drinking water with no fluoride. So everything is clean and pure and organic. So this is the what I did in order not only to help the jungle, to help us.
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely
And
love
that feels nice also for us, because in one way we contribute to that too when we're coming here.
We are doing it.
Yeah.
We are doing it.
Together, yeah.
And you inspired a few of the participants here to like think of maybe doing the same thing, just buying small pieces of land to just save the jungle, and that was really beautiful. Yeah, great.
Thank you so much, Silvia.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
I won't say goodbye because I'll say see you again.
See you again.
See you.
Okay.